Welcome back to Headbangers Ball. You've reached the final part of the show, and this is a true climax. We've got an exclusive interview with Kiss for you, and I've got Paul and also Peter joining me here backstage at Donington, so it's lovely to see you guys.
Wonderful. And before we started shooting, I'm here to say that Vanessa did in fact climax. So this is truly a climax.
How can you tell?
How can I tell?
Yeah.
You were quaking.
I'm quaking because I'm so happy to see Kiss back here, back in the UK, headlining Donington. The original lineup back here for the first time in 17 years, and I think that just says what a special occasion it is. So we're so happy to see you. But I know you've been asked this question a million times, but if you wouldn't mind answering to people in Europe, what was the reason that the original Kiss lineup got back together? Why did you feel the time was right?
Well, you know, when we parted company, shall I say, we stopped believing in what we were doing, and we owe Kiss fans 110% because they've always been with us 110%. And when we felt that we weren't doing a good job of living up to their expectations, it was clearly time for us to part company. Right. There were drugs, alcohol, egos, all kinds of things getting in the way. And until or if those could be cleared up, there was no reason for us ever to do this again. People have these fabulous memories of what we did in the past, and unless we could live up to them and surpass them, what would be the point in getting back together? Everybody's feeling real great, and part of the thing that is different today is everybody stopped pointing fingers at each other, blaming each other, and you look in the mirror and you say, you know, maybe I screwed up a little. Great. And that's what makes it good, and that's why we're here, and that's why we're starting to take the world over by storm. You know, we just finished America. We're in the midst of an American tour, and we played to 500,000 people in 30 shows. Most of the shows sell out in anywhere from 10 minutes to 20 minutes. Yep. 70,000 people, 50,000 people. So it's been really great. Peter can tell you about, you know, the rest of the plan is world domination, and it starts today.
Absolutely. World domination starting here at Donington. But how is it to be headlining Donington here on this great day, this great lineup? How are you feeling?
I don't know if we're headlining. We're with Ozzy, so I wouldn't say we're headlining. We're both having a really good time together. I mean, but it's great. Like Paul said, we just did 31 concerts. That's a lot of concerts. So, you know, this is just another stepping stone for us, only over here instead of America. Absolutely. Which is cool. Can I have your ring? Can I have the cat ring?
Oh yeah, I've got a little cat ring on actually. There you go. But a point I'd like to get across to everybody in Europe, Paul, is that these shows are incredibly strenuous for you. You know, you got back in all the costumes and everything. They weigh a ton. You're doing death-defying stunts and everything. Yeah. How did you prepare for this world tour?
A little of this, and a little of that. You know, we didn't take this lightly. People expected a lot from us, and there's nothing sadder than seeing a bunch of guys get back together who are either spilling out of their trousers or their hair doesn't seem to stay on. So, you know, we were very, intent on making sure that this not only lived up to the past, but seemed to make time stand still. Right. You know, I mean, one of the greatest compliments we hear at the shows is that it's like we've never been gone. It's like nothing's changed. It's kind of Dorian Gray syndrome. You know, we have those paintings in the closet that are rotting away, and we stay magnificent.
But how was it to get back into the makeup? Was it just like getting back into a second skin?
Yeah. It was like getting into one of those favorite places you like to be in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know that well.
Warm and wet. And
be releasing the album that you did with those guys as well.
Well, that it's a bit of a dilemma, but Kiss is so strange in the sense that, we break all kinds of rules. Here we are finishing an album with Eric and Bruce, an album that we felt really, really strongly about, and at the same time, it became obvious that now was the time for us to reform the original band. Mm-hmm. So, in light of that, we put this album on hold, one that we really believe in very strongly, and decided that it wasn't in that best interest of that album or in the best interest of us today to have the two out and coincide with each other. Right. So that album will stay wherever it is on the shelves for now. It's fabulous. Right. But really, we just want to make sure that today, as America already knows, that this is real and that this isn't going away. Absolutely. And that we're coming to knock on your doors and then bang them down. Absolutely.
One very quick last question. We've had the grunge thing in the early 90s. What do you think Kiss has got to offer the kids that were into the grunge that didn't see Kiss first time around?
Well, you would just have to ask the people who are at the shows. Yeah. You know, we've never been about trends or about fads. And music has all kinds of names. There's only two musics actually.
Yeah.
And that's good music and bad music.
Or music you like or don't like.
Yeah, you know, or good or bad. But grunge, new wave, old wave, romance, you know, England has a way of coming up with all these categories for music, and most of them I just don't understand. You know, is it good or is it bad? There's some really horrid music being made that's called alternative, and there's some wonderful music being made that's called alternative. Conversely, there's some great music that's being made that's called metal, and there's some other stuff that's wretched. So what do the categories count? There's good and bad, and we're the best.
Fantastic. And European tour kicking off, I think, in November the 20th. We'll show you the full dates at the end of the show if you want to check that out. Could you just leave us with a message for our viewers? What would you like to say?
I would just say that, you know, some things take a long time, and some things people wish for, and when they get the results of those wishes, they're not too happy. This is something you've been wishing for, and you're going to leave the show with a smile on your face, your ears ringing, and a lot of sweat on your brow.
That sums it all up. Well, thank you very much for taking time to talk to us on this busy day. Thank you, Peter, also.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you guys.
As always.
We look forward to seeing the show tonight and see you in Europe in November.
Definitely.
All right, thanks
We'll see
very
you
much,
then.
Paul. All the best. Cheers, guys. That's it. We're going to check out some Kiss live on stage here at Donington 96. The costumes, the pyros, the special effects. It's a brilliant, brilliant show, sold out right across America. 4 sold-out shows in Madison Square Garden in New York, selling out in record speed. So it's got to be good. Let's check it out. You wanted the best. You